Hey, girl, hey. Welcome back to my weekly podcast, Taste of Taylor. I'm Taylor, and I'm so excited for today. I can't believe it's taken this long to get you on the podcast. Ciara Miller, hey, girl, hey.
Bitch, I want to say, was that 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Two. Was it longer?
Okay.
Wait. So we met at Hannah's bachelorette party, officially.
Maybe 2.5. Well, she got married in May? I don't know.
I know. Okay. Stassi, I wasn't at the wedding because I was officiating. Humble brag.
Yeah.
Stassi and Bo's wedding. So that was 2 years ago in May.
Okay.
So I think hers was like in April. I was cursing her name going to that bachelorette party. Because it was like fucking themed everything, which was ultimately Paige's fault.
Was that Paige's fault?
I think it was Paige's fault. I think Paige made her. I think Hannah wanted to do like gross, ugly themes, and then Paige was like, no,
I can't believe we actually all followed those themes. That is the only bachelorette I've ever been on.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been on a bunch, but it was hands down the most fun.
That was like, I did a bachelorette with my girlfriend, but it was literally me and her, and we like went hiking and like on the east side.
I mean, fun facts about Ciara I've learned on this season of Summer House. Like, you a camper?
Yeah, it does really throw people for a loop.
That was not on my bingo card for you.
Yeah. I love that shit. But I grew up in the Girl Scouts and like going camping, and like my troop leader, she was an artist, and she was like just so artsy, opposite from my mom. But we would go camping. We had camporee. We stayed in platform tents.
Camporee?
Like, yeah, that's like the big Girl Scout weekend. Like
Oh my God, is it like Troop Beverly Hills?
All the troops in Georgia would come to this one campsite, and you like get assigned your different cabins, and we would do camporee. There's like a bunch of activities for the weekend. And
can you like light a fire?
Yeah, we have fires at night.
You pitch a tent?
I'm awful at pitching a tent, but I can.
What else? Can you like turn like stream water into drinking water?
Well,
can you turn water into wine?
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not Jesus now. But I mean, I would totally fucking try. But yeah, no, I'm like kind of outdoorsy. Like I got my like 56 liter backpack and like all my hiking boots.
One of those camel ones that you drink water out of?
Yeah, I do have camelbacks too.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're hardcore.
They're in my storage though, because I like, since I moved to New York, I've literally not hiked at all, which is insane. Everyone's like, you need to go to the Adirondacks and like.
Nah.
Yeah, but like without a car, it's like, I'm like not taking the train.
No, fuck that shit.
No, I'm like,
So if there's an apocalypse, I need Ciara by my side.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking toast.
I think I'm good for like a good week.
Okay.
I'm fucked. Also, I hate bugs, so I
got the bugs.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's shocking to people, but like in my marriage with Tay, she's
kill
like
the bugs?
taller and like she just seems more like capable.
Yeah.
And like if one of us had to be like more like fulfilling the role of masculine, I feel like people would think it was her. Bitch, it's me.
I would have put my money on Taylor.
I have to kill all of the things.
No,
I know. I'm too delicate for that.
No, that's disgusting. Honestly, like I draw the line of bugs. Like I'll carry DEET. Like I go to Costa Rica and they are like no DEET allowed because they're very like
environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And bitch, I'm in there fucking spraying DEET down on every damn corner on the outside. They were just looking at me and I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to be the American that just like ruins it.
Oh, so we met at Hannah's bachelorette.
Yeah.
Such a fun weekend.
I mean, we laughed. I've never laughed harder.
We had so much. Wait, see, this is the thing is like, because it was a kind of like a mishmash, motley crew of all of Hannah's people that she's collected throughout her life,
Literally a collection of people. Just
in the truest way possible.
Yes,
like, nobody made sense together, but then it was like a beautiful.
But everything made sense in the end, and it was like a perfect. There was no drop. There was very little.
I may or may not have spiraled for like I did not sleep one night at all.
Oh no, I think it was like the last night.
It was the last night. We were having so much fun.
In our juicy tracksuit.
Oh my God, I forgot we had matching. I refused to wear the matching juicy tracksuit. They were tapered at the bottom.
Okay, the cut on those things.
Ciara, I can't wear that shit.
No, but even then, like, dude, they were too short. They were like, I was like, is this a high rise, mid rise, low rise? Like, what are we doing here? Praise the Lord for Cheech. But I'm like, maybe like throwing a wreck for like, long, like a long or like, I don't know. Like, cause I want the juicy tracksuits back, but
yeah, me too.
The sizing is off.
Yeah, it was not the vibe. But oh my God, we had so much fun. We stayed up all night long. And then just cause I was like sleep deprived. I mean, I'm like an elderly person. Like I need to get my 8 hours.
Yeah, same. And I like, yeah.
I spiraled hard. Are you a spiraler? Because you're very calm, cool, and collected.
Oh my God. Great. I want it to always appear this way. I want to always create the illusion. Sometimes I'm like, what does it look like? Like, I'll call my friends up in Georgia and I'll be like, how does it look like my life is on Instagram? They're like, it looks great. I'm like, great.
I'm doing it.
Good. Like, I am selling the picture. I'm selling the story. It's fine. It looks amazing.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I haven't left my apartment in 4 or 5 days.
Oh, are you like slowly dying on the inside? I will say the only thing that gives it away is that like you love cats, and that's not an insult.
No, there's definitely a correlation there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's a cat girl.
Yeah, which, dude, I'm in my house. I'm in my fucking house.
Yes.
If I don't have to leave, this is also the awful thing about living in New York.
Yep.
I don't have to go fucking anywhere. Everything gets delivered to me.
Everything.
Every fucking thing. Oh,
any time of day.
Something breaks, great, delivered.
Yep.
Food, delivered.
Yep.
Fucking, I need to get this altered, like a dress. Nope, you can come to my house and do it. Send it back.
It's like Hermit's Haven.
Send a messenger. Yep.
Okay, so you spiral too, girly. Thank God.
I think the only person who really knows that I spiral is Paige, actually. Like
she knows the depths of the spirals.
I mean, yeah. Like,
girl, I had one today that I was like, Tay had to talk me off a ledge.
Yeah, like and you know what? And my manager, Paige. Not even my mother.
Now me.
Yeah.
And now,
Like what do you spiral about?
Girl, everything. I could see something on fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
And like that could send me I was like traumatized by friendships growing up.
Okay.
Meanest girls ever. I think I was surrounded by mean girls until like I got a divorce from husband and then met Taylor. Like my mom was legit like, you're not a lesbian. You just finally found a girl that was nice to you.
Taylor, how do you feel about that? Well, you know what? Fuck it, you know?
Right? So I was like, but no, I'm like deaf les.
Yeah.
But
no, I remember asking, I was like, so you had a husband, so you just now you just like vagina? And you were like, and even Taylor said it to me when we were at the Zero Bomb that night. She was like, you just if you like someone enough, you want to make them happy. I go, okay, great.
Yeah, well
I'm
put.
Switching.
I'm switching.
I
mean, honestly, and we'll get to it.
Yeah, my luck.
I mean, we would love to have you over here. You'd be a great representative of the brand.
You know what? When I dress a certain way, not to feed into stereotypes, but I get hit on by girls quite a bit.
I just feel like you're everyone's type, quite frankly.
Oh.
And that's not platonically. I want to be clear. I am a straight person. I'm never hitting on anybody ever. I'm basically asexual.
Yeah. No, not fucking.
It's kind of like my biggest fear that people are gonna be like, even when I came out, my friends from college, because they're bitches. So they were like,
wait, are you friends with them?
I have one friend from college left, but all the rest of them can
Any
fuck
from
all the way
high school?
up. I have one of my friends just texted me after 3 years. Does that count?
No.
Honestly, this bodes very poorly for me. It makes me look like I'm a monster because I don't have a ton of friends in the past. One of my best friends from kindergarten, he and I mean, I'm gay now, he's gay now. We thought we were in love, so he's still in my life. I got a couple floaters here and there from elementary, a couple from high school, but I don't see them ever. And then I really only maintained one solid friend from college. And then all the rest are
You're not weird, you're normal.
I'm also old. So my friends are adult friends, but they're 10 years old. My friendships.
My 10-year high school reunion is next week.
Oh my God, kill me.
Next week. Not going, obviously.
Not going?
Not going.
I know, but don't you I feel like if anybody would go, it would be somebody in your position.
No.
Does it, wait, question. Does being on TV and being famous, I'll say it, make it less appealing to go to a high school reunion? Or do you think for other people it'd be more?
I just hated high school.
Me too.
I just fucking hated high school. Nobody really liked me. So why am I going to fucking go?
Wait, when you say nobody really liked you,
because
do you mean friends, guys, what?
Yeah, look, I never got asked to prom.
That's insane.
I ended up, and I didn't go my junior year. My senior year, I only went because I literally had to talk myself into it. And I was like, if I don't go to my senior prom, I'm probably going to regret that for the rest of my life.
Right.
And there was 50 people in our prom group and I was the 51st and I went without a date, but I just was whatever. I remember I was sitting by myself on the bus on the ride up to the house after, but it so pity. But I just felt I played lacrosse and then
oh no, now Tay's gonna fall in love with you. Taylor is attracted to other women. Stay away.
I would quite literally never.
No.
But well, we'll see at the dinner party, bitch, if you ever
Girl,
throw it.
no!
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I just kind of felt like I had like all of these friends, quote unquote. They liked me, quote unquote, but like they never really invited me to do things, hang out. Like,
Oh my God.
like it was kind of, you know.
I feel you. No, I had these girls, they were like my best friends. And I
Yeah.
were such fucking bitches.
Yeah.
And they like called me to go on a ski trip.
Mm-hmm.
And we like I'm from Massachusetts. So we're like kind
Yeah.
of close-ish. But I had to be able like ski hour. That's like fucking 4:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I get up and they call me. They're like, sorry, one of the seatbelts broke. So my mom said, and I'm like, no, it didn't. I hate them forever.
So they had called you at 4:45 a.m. and was like, "You
Call
can't."
me the night before, you whore. You
No,
know?
that's mean.
It's mean. It's mean.
Yeah. So did you ever talk to them after that?
Oh my God, yeah, they were my best friends until I
Yeah.
graduated.
Dude, it's so crazy. I'm like, nobody really liked me. They would be like, oh, like, Ciara's so funny, blah, blah, blah. But like literally just, like, they didn't invite me over to their house. They didn't invite me to group things, which, you know what? Who cares? When I was
Right.
a senior, I dual enrolled to, like, get out of the scene, of the high school scene. Because, like,
Yes.
everything, I grew up in, like, East Cobb, Marietta. It's, like, very cliquey, just, like,
Yeah.
but also predominantly white and just, you know, I didn't quite, you know, people probably couldn't relate. But whatever. I grew up in that area and was there from, like, K through 12. So I grew up with these people. There are a few girls that, like my Girl Scout troop, like, we all went to K through 12 together. Like, they were obviously my friends, but we kind of like, we've all moved on in different areas of my life. And like, sometimes we text, but I never see them.
Wait, do you feel like being on like the show and stuff and like where your life is now, do you feel like it's a big like fuck you to the people from your past?
Yeah.
Isn't it the best?
It's the best, but I don't feel like I'm quite there yet where I can like really bask in that glory.
I will tell you, I think you are, but I know I'm like, sky's the limit. Like,
Yeah.
and I totally support that, but I'm with you too. Like, I feel like no matter how much I get,
yeah.
I wonder, will it ever be enough?
Will it
Can you ask me
ever?
this?
Oh, dude. And I was just having this conversation with someone where I'm like, all of this, where you think like when I was in high school, like I quit lacrosse because I was going to focus on modeling full time.
Yes.
And I remember I quit the season early. Everyone's like, yeah, you should totally do that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, great, whatever. Focus on that. And then I'm just like in college trying to like, you know, turn that rock over and like do more with modeling and stuff. But I was just like, I had this idea of how everything would feel in my head.
Right.
And then I've accomplished some of it. And I'm like, this shit does not feel like you fucking thought it was going to feel like. And it's so almost anticlimactic.
Yes.
Or it's like you don't even take the time to really enjoy it because you're like looking at something.
The
that's,
next
like,
thing or the next or like what someone else is doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's where I spiral in this
That's
space.
why I spiral too, because I'm just like, okay, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not making enough money. Or it's like you live
Same.
in New York City. Like everyone's
It's never enough.
Yeah, everyone's doing something cool. Like you're having to compete almost, not even compete, but
Yes.
like
Yes.
it's like you just know that you have to stay on top of your shit.
Right.
And like, I don't know. It's like going to my high school reunion, I'm like, I don't even want to be in that competitive environment because I'm already fucking in it. And I don't give a fuck. I don't need the validation actually
Right.
of them being like, oh my God, like what are you up to?
I bet they're so excited though for you to potentially be coming. You know?
I haven't. No, I mean, I don't think that they're.
I do too. We live in a crazy world.
I don't think that they think that I'm coming, but
Oh, you're like they know I'm not coming.
I just like don't need the validation. Also, I don't want to. I hate small talking. So
It's the worst.
I'm gonna count myself out on that. But I wish them all the best. I hope they have the most fun.
I wish everybody from my past the worst. I hope you're miserable.
If you did fuck me over or were mean to me, yeah, like you can kick rocks. Don't follow me. Don't act like you know me.
Right.
And honestly, I was like going through my followers. Just like high school people. I was on like because they made an Instagram page for the reunion or whatever.
Okay.
For the. I'm like the reunion.
I know, no, you got lots of reunions.
Yeah,
Trust.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
get to all of it.
And
Yes.
so I was just like scrolling and I was like, wow, oh my God, I actually still follow quite a bit of people from high school that I should totally
And you're
just like
block,
cut ties
block,
with.
block, block.
Yeah, I'm like, I should unfollow these people. Like, I don't
Are
give
you a
fuck what they're
blocker?
doing. No, I just like unfriend.
Yeah, I'm not either. I
Sometimes
like mean people. I feel mean blocking.
But soft block. So that way, but now
Yeah,
you can.
restrict.
I am a restrictor.
Okay, good to know.
I'm a restrictor and
What will get you restricted?
existing. Literally existing. If you exist in the wrong way in my space, block, restricted.
Yep.
Like if you're just annoying, like a little fly in my fucking ear.
I love
Blocked.
it. I love it. I actually, for so long, I felt like shame about like blocking or deleting comments or like restricting people. And I'm like, wait a
No,
second.
it's my fucking account.
This is my home.
Yeah.
You're going to come here and like set a bag of dog shit on fire?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm allowed to be like, no, thank you, and clean off my front stoop.
Dude, literally, I don't want to see it, but I honestly don't give a fuck. Like,
I know.
don't give a fuck about whatever it is that you're talking about.
That's true.
And if I feel that way about you, like, off with your head.
Okay, so now this is like such a safe space. So so I spiraled after Hannah's Bachelorette.
Okay.
because-
Why?
okay, so don't stop loving me.
Sorry. No, I just love people who spiral. It's just good. It's just relatable.
So I have been in this industry for almost 20 years, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying that bragging. I'm like embarrassed because I'm old as fuck, and I should be more
You're
successful.
not fucking old.
So anyway, but I've been around a lot of celebrity
Yeah.
through my job, and then also like I've made friends with people over the years, and so maybe through friendships I meet other people, whatever. So like I really don't fangirl. I'm not a fangirl energy, but every now and then I will like accidentally fangirl, and then I will interact with the person, and you were that for me at Hannah's Bachelorette. Did I not act weird? Was I
No.
cool, calm, and collected?
No.
How off-brand for me?
You didn't. No. You were so fucking normal.
Really?
Yeah. No, but I feel like no fangirl. No,
I remember we were standing downstairs. I'm trying to remember my stupid outfit. Oh, we were on the way to
the boat.
yes, the boat. And we were downstairs talking, and I was like, so because I share my life like for
Yeah.
the world to consume. When I meet like fans, they're like, "Oh my god, I know everything about you." Is that weird? My answer is always like, "No, like that's the whole point. Like
Yeah.
if you didn't, I'd be not doing my job. I love it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
say hi to me, like say you're a fan, whatever." But it's so funny when the roles reverse because like I'm in my mind like I know better. Like I'm allowed to be like, "Oh, I watch a show and like I know everything about your life." But I
Yeah.
was like, "I watched the show, I know everything about her life." And
I don't even know if I remember that. You know what I remember?
good.
I remember being in the pool and like
No,
me like
I finally hit my stride in the pool.
yeah.
I'm so happy that's all you remember. I was like glitching. And the only other person I've done this with is Lala. Maybe I do have a big lesbian crush on you.
No, I mean,
sorry.
you're flip.
In a asexual way.
But like and then I remember we were on the bed that last night
Yes.
talking about your life. I'm like, was I like in and out of sleep? But then I like woke. No, I don't even remember. But like we just kind of like
yes.
no, it was very normal.
I'm so relieved.
No, I'm
so
like-
proud of myself.
I'm like, what the fuck did I do on that Bachelorette? That was like,
No, you were perfect. You were amazing.
I mean, that was just
Wait, do you ever fangirl?
okay. I don't. But
Yep.
here's my toxic thing.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about anyone.
I think that that's such a vibe. I was actually, Tay and I just went to.
No, I think it's toxic though. Like,
I think it's actually amazing. And I think it plays really well in social settings. Tay and I were asked to go. So fucking sport ball. Woo. So I'm like, whatever.
what sport?
All of them. She's
Okay.
from Philly. She's
Yeah,
psychotic.
okay.
So we got invited. We met through Claudia, a bunch of wags, like a couple seasons ago.
Okay.
So we got like close to them. And so
Yeah.
one of the wags, she dates this guy named Lane Johnson. Like Lane's great. He's very famous apparently in Philadelphia. I saw all the people cry over him. But like,
Yes,
I
I've
don't
never
know
heard of him.
who's playing what, who's who.
Yeah.
And like her and her sister were dying. And I was like, I won that day because I didn't know who the fuck anybody was.
And that's also like, I don't watch much. I'm not like, I know I'm like in the world,
yes.
but like, I don't really know like who the fuck everyone is. Like maybe in like the space of makeup, hair, maybe. But also when I see people in person, I'm always like, oh my God, they kind of look like, and then I don't even like try to
it
register.
kind of looks like Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
but it's not.
But I don't try to
Continue.
register. Or I'm just like, I don't want to be annoying towards other people.
That's my spiral. I'm like, oh my God, I was annoying. I said that
Yeah.
weird thing. I did that weird thing.
Like my makeup artist does Jenna Lyons. So like I love Jenna.
Yes.
But we have that mutual connection.
Right.
But I don't think I would ever like fangirl. One time I did meet Naomi Campbell at like
Okay.
the Victoria's Secret thing, and I couldn't speak to her because I was so dumbfounded.
Okay.
And that was like my version of like, oh, I just fucking freaked out, fangirled in my head, but
Right.
didn't speak to her.
Right.
Didn't speak to her.
But then any regrets after, like, I should have asked for a picture. I should have said hi. I should have shoot my shot. No.
Maybe, but I'm like, but what comes with that? I'm negative. I'm negative. I'm a little toxic where I'm just like, I need to care. I wish I cared a little bit more.
No, I actually think caring less is the vibe. Actually, no. I could use a dose of that in my system.
But sometimes I'm like, I want to care more because that is exciting too. And like sometimes I do like. My manager's like, you've done some cool shit, and you just like are still very even keel. But like there are some things that I do get like hyped about,
like camping shit.
Yeah, like take me to the farm.
I met the founder of the Girl Scouts.
Yes. Dead. But
rest in peace. I'm so sorry.
Julia Gordon-Lowe, you are amazing. No, but like take me to the farm, like go ride horses. Like I honestly like. Which I keep telling people, like, I'm going to be off of the backs of, what's that, Carl Butker, whatever, the kicker guy who made that speech. Like, I want to go be a homesteader. and I will be so fucking hyped and excited for that. But everyone's like, yeah, seriously.
You fangirl over the Oregon Trail.
Yeah. They're like, you're going to make one fucking sourdough bread and you're going to be like, fuck this. Like, you're right.
Okay, so how does you, end up on a reality television show? I want to go back because you've been on now for what, 3-4 seasons?
4 years.
4 years.
4 years, 6 seasons with Winter House.
Yes. I love Winter House
like
too. I am such a Bravoholic. I really am. It's
I can't
crazy.
believe that you love reality TV like this.
I do. I really do. Listen, I was grounded like my entire junior and senior year of high school. So all I did was watch The Real World.
Why?
Because I was bad. Well, my parents were losers, actually, because they were losers and I was normal.
Oh, so you're like sneaking out, doing all the things, and they're
I
like...
wasn't even. I smoked a little weed, so sue me. It's legal now.
Oh, yeah. That's
it was
nothing.
like, my mom found my boyfriend's, he had like cargo shorts on. I mean, hello. Anyway, but his like bowl fell out of it in my Volvo station wagon. My mom went to move my car.
Oh my God, you had a Volvo station wagon?
Yeah, not to brag.
Oh my God, my mom did too. I hated that fucking car.
I fucking hated that fucking car. When they gave it to me, I was like, reject. They were like, no, it's this or nothing.
Yeah, my mom had two. Yeah.
Oh, she really leaned in.
I mean.
It's better than a fucking Subaru.
And then she got a fucking, what's it called when it's like I've never had a Subaru.
Don't ever.
Like a crossover. Then it was like the crossover phase. It was like,
dark.
Yeah.
With the bubble butt.
Yeah.
The bubble butt back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
And my mom found the bowl and she was like, woke me up. She's like, I'm calling the police. And I was like, why? She's like, I found your meth pipe. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Meth
So
is
my
a little
parents
far.
were a little dramatic.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
But all I did was watch The Real World. And I was like, my formative years, I became obsessed with being on a reality TV show. And then I couldn't be on one. So then I had a radio show. And then I like actually turned my radio show into my own version of a reality show.
And I think that's the best way to do it because you have control.
And I'm the editor. Yes. I'm the producer. I'm the everything.
I think that's so smart. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love The Fucking Simple Life. If I were to ever do a reality TV show, it would be like The Simple Life. Okay, not gonna lie, did love like I Love Tila Tequila, Real Chance at Love, Brett Rocka Love with Brett Michaels.
Oh my God.
Flavor Flav,
Deep
all
tracks.
those.
Oh, VH1 was amazing.
Dude, VH1
was great. Premium? Oh, Love and Hip Hop was the fucking best.
I didn't ever watch Love and Hip Hop. Isn't that crazy? Well, I watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Actually, like
they had Atlanta, New York. I feel like there was a third one too. I mean, Cardi B was on that show.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy. Which our showrunner for Summer House was the one who like found Cardi on Love and Hip Hop and casted her.
Stop.
Mm-hmm. So like when I came into my first season of Summer House, he was like, "Yeah, like I worked on Love and Hip Hop." It's like this short white guy, and I was like, "What are you doing on Love and Hip Hop?
What are you doing?
I'm like, how the fuck are you running those storylines? Like, he's like, it's a job. I was like, okay. But no, I totally didn't mean to fall into reality TV. In fact, my dad thinks I'm on Jersey Shore.
I can't. Not even on it.
But my mom was like, if you don't do this, because, okay, granted, I went to nursing school, graduated, modeled since I was like 15 or 16.
Yes.
Then I quit my job at the hospital during the pandemic, like right before the world shut down. So I think my last day at the hospital was like March 17th. The world shut down March 20th.
I remember.
Yeah. And I'm like packing my apartment away in its storage and I'm driving to San Antonio, Texas, because I'm going to be living there for the next month or 2 months. And I was like, okay, fuck it, whatever. Like, let's just go travel nurse. Like, so that was my plan. And then Luke obviously called me and was like, hey,
So you and Luke were actually like had a thing.
Yeah, like we dated. Well, it's kind of complicated because we kind of rebound off each other, shortly after I had graduated from nursing school. So, damn, how many years ago was that now? Okay, so however many years ago.
Right.
Like I had broken up with my boyfriend like May of 1 year, and, we had been in contact via Instagram. Like that's kind of how we met. I don't think that that's on the record, but that's how we met.
You and Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Who found who first? Was it like a mutual discovery?
I have no idea. I don't even remember.
It must have been him to you.
It must have been. It must have been.
I refuse to believe that you were like, him. No shade. No, all the shade, actually. Fuck. I'm so sorry. No shade to Ciara, I meant. All the shade to Luke. Sorry, Luke.
But yeah, so then, I think he was like fresh out of a relationship. I was like going to take a solo trip, ended up going to Minnesota and like hanging out with him, which is so stupid of me because I was like, what? He could have been, which I always said to him, I was like, you could be a killer.
Right.
But it was like this blind faith, whatever, went to Minnesota, had the best time. And like we'd been on and off, like we would talk, we would fight, talk, fight, whatever.
Yep.
And so yeah, so I think we were like when he was like, hey, like, can I give your name to casting? We were like in a let's try to be friends stage of our friendship.
And we know he was like, if I get her on the show, then I can make her my girlfriend. I mean, that's what it looked like from my vantage point.
Okay. And I was completely aloof to all of that.
Right.
And looking back, I was like, damn, he was kind of like in his feelings about certain things. Because even on my first season, I was like fully talking to someone else and like exclusive with a guy that I was dating at the time when I was going into the house. And I talked to him every single night and da-da-da-da. And then I realized, was I coming in here to like, maybe to make Hannah jealous?
Are you kidding me? It's my personal opinion.
And to like be with him and like.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured all that out.
I wonder like if Luke like was a party to that line of thinking, or if that was just like production being like, hey, is there anybody that like was a love interest that you could bring in? He was like, Duther.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've honestly never asked him to this day. And
interesting.
I have no idea.
It was my personal opinion because so at the time that you joined the show, Hannah and I were, we'd been friends for a while.
Yeah.
But I was getting mega protective over her. And like, I didn't know what the season she was going to go into was going to look like.
Yeah.
Like no one could have anticipated that.
No one.
And like, fuck the world because she's a phoenix. And like, look at her now, bitches.
Bitch. When you talk about the greatest comeback story alive.
I love it. I can feel it in my soul.
I am like.
She did it for all the girlies.
Dude.
If you can see her, you can be her.
I love the story so much.
Me too.
I was like, one, not only did she do it for herself, but like, it's just proof that like, when
anybody
you're down
can overcome anything.
At any time. And they tried to fucking call her clout chaser and that she was using said guy for whatever. And I just remember being at that first reunion like, wait, what? Right? I'm like, I know people before this show and like, kind of like their antics and like the rhetoric that was kind of being tossed around prior to me coming into the show. So I was like, I just was like in the phase where I was like, yeah, I just don't buy any of this fucking shit. Then I met Hannah and I was like, what? This bitch is fucking harmless. Like,
literally.
Wouldn't hurt a fucking fly. Like,
yes.
Does she make some jokes? Yeah, okay. Like, tougher skin.
Yeah.
But like, I always thought it was like completely irrational.
As a viewer, I was like, this girl's coming in and like, they're going to try to fuck with Hannah.
Yeah.
And then you like, off the bat, the two of you just were like thick as thieves.
Dude.
I loved it.
I mean, obviously cats were our like,
bonding.
Our bonding method. And Luke, because like
yes.
by proxy, but honestly, and I think a lot of people were like, oh, they're only friends because they are just like dislike him together. And I was like, honestly, like we don't give a fuck. Like
literally,
we just liked each other.
Yes.
And like,
so going in was like crazy, but I feel like you also like, did you feel like the first season was difficult or did you feel like it was more like you said, like kind of like this bird's eye view? Cause like Hannah was the bait that season. Whatever the fuck was going on.
Yeah. Bird's eye view, but also like.
Were you scared?
Scared because now it's like totally normal to have a meltdown, at least 1 or 2 per season.
Yeah.
I think I'm down to 1 at this point. But you have to you do. And I definitely had that my first season. But also we were living in that house together for 7 weeks.
And it was COVID. You literally couldn't go anywhere.
We could not fucking go anywhere.
And you guys are filmed. I don't think enough people talk about this. Summer House and Winter House, you guys, and I would say Below Deck too, but it's a little bit different because they're like also their distraction is working.
Yeah.
Like I would even go as far to say that I think Below Deck's easier to film because they're distracted with work.
Right.
Whereas you guys, it's 24/7
surveillance, 24/7 surveillance.
It's not normal.
It's such a psychological mind fuck.
Mind fuck.
You think that you're whispering something, or you think that you are saying something in your head, and then you're like, fuck. Or, and there's like mics. There's literally mics in plants. There's mics in like, just like fucking vases and stuff, pictures. You don't know where the fuck up the mics are. We do try, like always, like when I go into a room now,
Yep.
I'm looking up in corners. I'm looking up. I'm looking on things like my.
Like even here, like you walk into a room.
Like my observation of just a room is so much more different because I filmed this fucking show.
Right?
Yeah.
So Tay and I auditioned for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. We did not get it. I think it's fine. I don't think we're the right fit.
Yeah. We need. Who's the other? Is there any other lesbian couples?
No.
Also, I just feel like we need that dynamic, this right here, on fucking Jersey.
Right?
Honestly, I'd put you on New York.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really, that really means the world. I'm going to cry. Thank you so much. That's what my agent said too.
Yeah. No, but like, what are we doing here?
But we didn't get it. But you still have to sign a contract, like when you're like really far along in the stages, in case you get it. And we were like reading the fine print, and it was like, you're like, by signing this contract, you're agreeing to be like, film without your knowledge. And I was like, this is like, wait, so can they put like surveillance in our home and we are not privy to that? Like, it kind of scared me. And I thought to myself, no, that's probably like a clause for Summer House. Like, this is like just like the contract that everybody signs.
Yeah.
So that's probably like a Summer House addendum.
Probably.
But still.
And it's like when you're out in the parking lot waiting to get mic'd up and you think that no one's listening and they're still got cameras on you. It might not be pointed directly at you, but the camera's on and it's looking at the
and there's a microphone
wall
close enough.
Yeah,
pick it up.
They're picking it up. They're airing it, you know?
Has there been anything that like happened in season that then you watched? Oh, wait, I forgot.
I don't watch.
Ciara doesn't watch the seasons.
No.
You don't watch any of the show?
If there's like a scene that I need to see, my manager will, send it to me.
Yes. But aside from that, I think that's actually a very healthy approach to it. Yeah. And just so you know, as a viewer, you come across great.
Thank you.
The way you come across so well, like you really do.
Thanks.
You really do.
Ugh.
You actually brought up something this season that like kind of like, and also knowing that you don't watch it now kind of makes sense. I don't even know if I want to say his name. Whom we shall not speak of. We don't say his name,
Yeah,
right?
we don't.
That's fine. I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
But you were saying when, in regard to like you and Wes this season and your relationship, you were like, listen, I'm going to take it slow because I've done this before where I had a relationship on the air and like, not only is it hard to have a relationship that doesn't work out, but then to have all these people and their opinions. So in my mind, I was wondering, because it seemed like the way that you said it, like I was like, oh my God, it was the first time I was like, oh shit, like that was hard on Ciara.
Yeah.
And then it clicked to me. I was like, oh my God, she must have like seen stuff like either like in comment sections or DMs. And that was something that like as a viewer would have never even crossed my mind because to me, you were so the heroine of that story. Dude, there was no ifs, ands, or fucking buts
about it. And I still have not watched that to this day because it was just like living it was enough. And I thought to like replay that and see that and then see people talking about me, it's
like re-traumatizing yourself.
Oh, yeah. And so I just knew what it was like to go through it. I was like, there's no fucking way I can like watch this. Like the whole thing made me so sad.
You had to live it.
Yeah. And then I was getting like the kickback of comments and DMs and everything surrounding that. But also I feel like, as a woman in reality TV, you almost are like given the scarlet letter for whoever you associate with from there on. And it's like guys can fuck around with whoever they want for as long as they want. Endless rules, endless lives for them. But like for us, it's like
one mistake.
Yeah. And like people won't let it go. It's been 3 years now. Like,
right. Well, I'm telling you on this end of it, of the TV, you come across fantastic. And anybody that doesn't agree with that is a fucking moron.
Thank you, Taylor.
No, it's the truth. So speaking of, so we're in season right now.
Yeah.
When's the finale?
I bet you know more than me.
I should have known.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's rapidly approaching. I feel like we're like, because I know you guys shot the reunion, right?
Yeah, we did.
That was your reunion look that you posted?
Yeah.
Ooh, dead, dying, so excited.
Yeah, I tried.
So And I know like you can't, I know enough of my Bravo peeps, you can't give shit away. So I'm not going to like get those gotcha questions.
Yeah.
But like I do want to talk about like the number one question I do get though, like even after our lunch, they were like, is she with West? And I was like, I don't know because I didn't bring it up because I'm over here trying to be cool.
So you're asking me.
No. Can I ask you? Am I even allowed? Are you even allowed to answer?
It'll be a reunion thing.
Okay, great. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
This honestly might be our best kept secret of the season.
Okay. We'll keep it there. But I will say, so then we'll just deal in real time.
Okay.
So the last episode we got, you and Wes were in the car coming back from the horse riding day and like kind of like talking about like the ins and outs of the relationship. First of all, can I just say the way I'm like screaming and so proud of like I'm not sleeping with you. Like I love it. And if you ended up sleeping with him, that's also great too.
I mean, and like there's like an introductory period.
Yeah.
Introductory period. Like
I think we should normalize it more. I think that we live in times where it's like hookup culture. And by the way, like not my Catholic showing right now.
Yeah.
Not we want it to be
a lot of that.
Showing.
But I think that for people who do grow up in faith, the topic of sex is it's either one or the other. There's no in between. And for me, like it doesn't ever sit right. And I feel like we've talked a little bit about that in Miami. Like there's so much pressure around it, or it's like you have to do it when it's that person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Right.
And then you have all this guilt sometimes when you do sleep with people. And it's so fucking confusing. And I think it's
fucking confusing.
And nobody talks, not nobody, but like people don't really talk about it. And I think
feel like especially in pop culture, you don't hear people talk about it the way we are.
Yeah.
I feel like you think the church talks about it like that, but everybody else, they're over here just like, you know, waving their genitals out the window.
Yeah. And I just am like, be sex proud, be proud of your sexuality. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I can't sit here and say that like every person that I've slept with, like I didn't feel an ounce of guilt after. I wasn't confused after because I absolutely was.
Right.
And also I feel like more girls are in situations where like they're sleeping with these guys because they've been pressured into it. And even though they've agreed to, it's like they felt pressure and they did it to validate the other person.
Yes.
Not because it's something that they wanted to do.
Right. Or they're like, I like him or her. And if I don't do it, then maybe
he won't like me.
I want to take back the her. I like him because I feel like lesbian bitches, we're not necessarily doing this. You know what I mean?
Hey, shit. That's good to fucking hear. Like, yeah.
I mean, I did sleep with Taylor probably faster than anybody else, but that was just because I was like, oh my God, I want to have sex with somebody the first time in my entire life.
Yeah,
this
jump
is
on
a novice idea. But like, I definitely like, you like somebody and you're scared if I don't sleep with them, they'll think I don't like them.
Right.
But I'm going to sleep with them before I'm ready to sleep with them. That's why I love what is going on this season.
Yeah. And I just feel like people literally get married and they haven't slept with someone.
My mom and dad were virgins when they got married. And I believe them.
Wow.
Because, you know, it's the whole meth pipe thing. That's a virgin thing to say.
A meth pipe. But yeah, like that's like, I don't think it's that insane to tell someone, hey, like, I like you, but we do need to wait and hold off on the sex thing. I also think sex really complicates things initially.
Yes.
And like, what is wrong with like getting to know you as a person? What's wrong with like peeling back layers before peeling off my fucking clothes for you? Because I do think for guys, as soon as I sleep with you, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think they definitely, whether they want to admit it or not, they lose it.
Yeah, they do.
Or a little bit, less than they had.
Yeah, and it's like you almost become less intriguing to them. Not that I'm doing any of this to be intriguing to them, but it's like, holy fuck, if I do want to form some type of like meaningful relationship with someone, even if we don't last forever.
Right.
Like,
you want that like foundation of respect to be there too.
Yeah, and friendship. Like, but you know, people call me crazy, and it is honestly nuts in the comments seeing people being like, what's wrong with him? Like, you like him. I don't see why you just wouldn't give him any. And it's just like,
shut up, Brenda.
It's literally, it's insane.
It's insane. I wonder if you like met everybody behind the comments, like if to your face they would still hold resolute. Because some bitches are fucking crazy out here and they would. Like I've had some fights in my DMs where I'm like, oh, I thought you were going to back down and be a little pussy. But no, here you are.
Dude,
like tripling, quadrupling down.
Yeah, then that's when you get blocked.
That is when you get blocked, for sure. I'll block you right after I say something mean to you and then I'll block you so you can't reply.
Oh, can they still see it? Okay, good.
Yeah, they can see it.
Because a part of me was like, damn, do I send it and then block them? Like, what's the method? I want them to see it.
Send it, block.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Got it. Yeah.
At least, although, don't ask father time over here. Like, I fucking know. Like, I fucking know. Me thinking everyone's, I'm like, ooh, zinger, got him. And meanwhile,
And then like,
I
never saw
disappear.
it. Yeah.
That would be very me thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm loving this navigation on the season.
Yeah.
And just so you know, it's like, for me, it's playing very, very well. Not that you're playing it, you're just doing you. But like,
thanks.
you're a good role model.
Oh.
You're not even fucking trying.
Thanks. I just like, I don't know. I want the topic of I don't feel like every girl has to be like fucking whoever at whatever time because that's like what's in.
Right.
Like I really feel like I feel like I'm like partly a feminist, partly a traditionalist, whatever you want to call it.
I'm the same. I'm literally the same.
I just feel like I do want to nurture the conversation of sex and like body, like how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your body and like that self-respect. And like, I do want to honor that just a little bit. Like,
you're very true to yourself always, and I respect that as well because it's not an easy thing to do that. I don't even know like in terms of like what production's involvement is, but like I can assume that you have people in your ear. Like even we said your first season with Hannah, like, and you're still like, yeah, no, I like her, so I'm not gonna like that takes a backbone, and I mean it's easier said than done.
Yeah, like and production is like. They always want to hear my rationale for things. And sometimes I think that is like the annoying part, like having to explain yourself.
When you think it should be like obvious.
When it should be obvious. I'm like, I don't understand what you don't understand and why I have to keep reiterating, why my stance on this. And I feel like that's the other issue for girls. It's like, when I say I don't want to do something, that doesn't mean talk me into it. Nope. That doesn't mean like keep hounding me with questions until you feel like that you have a reasonable enough response to validate my rationale for why I'm not doing said thing. Like, no, like the no is a complete sentence. And if I don't want to do something, that's the end of it. But I also think like know that I've been in situations with guys where it's like, actually, I don't want to have sex, but they've tried to talk me into everything else but sex.
Yes.
And like, that's also such a weird feeling. And
I'm like, Yeah.
And
I've been there.
And every single girl who's not a virgin has probably been, probably a virgin. Every single girl has been in that situation. And it's just like I don't understand that. Like why, when we say something, that can't just be like the final word.
Yeah. I support.
Yeah.
Fully. When it comes to relationships, we've seen you like, well, we didn't see, but we knew that Luke and you had a thing. Then, and then now West. What is your type, or like, what's your dream guy? Do you even have a type?
I don't even have a type.
So what are your top 3 things that like that will attract you to somebody?
Typically, like I like a swaggier guy, like a confident guy, and I do like a funnier type of guy.
Right.
My friends would say like I have no fucking type. I've dated. It's like very
all over
erratic, all over the place. Although it's weird, like being on TV, you've only seen me date white guys, which is like another fucking paradigm.
Even think of that.
Like, it's like a whole other fucking dynamic that people have ripped me apart for. But like, I don't have a type. I just feel like if I like you and think you're hot, like I'm going to give you a shot. Like,
what are some icks for you?
Oh my God.
Everything.
Right now, like literally breathing and talking. Like right now I'm at the point whenever a guy speaks to me, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. But I think major icks is like,
you and Paige were just doing this on the after show. Yes, I watched the after show. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, we were saying everything. Oh, like, I hate when a guy steps on the back of his shoes and doesn't put them on all the way. I hate when they like bend over to tie their shoes. If they don't like, if they bend.
Yeah, if they bend at the waist.
If they bend at the waist, it's supposed to bending down. Like, what the fuck is happening? I hate a guy who like uses a blow dryer and like does that like head movement when they do the blow dryer.
I can't.
That's so fucking beta. What else? Like, don't file your nails around me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do not fucking file your nails.
I will say, I'm trying to like go back into, okay, I want men to have emotion. And also this is me like judging men and icking men as a lesbian. So it's going to be extra like confusing. But I live the majority of my life as a straight person.
Yeah.
So I'm allowed.
Yeah.
But like, I remember crying is fine over important things.
Agreed.
But crying like over literal spilt milk is so disgusting.
I cry over spilled milk.
I'm allowed.
I cry over spilled milk. Therefore, we can't both be crying over spilled milk.
No. How will we survive?
No. We're going to be taken advantage of, okay? That I can guarantee you. So someone's got to be like, and I need someone to be kind of like, I need the guy to be like, because I cry so much, you need to be moved every single time I cry. Like when I cry, you need to be like your gut instinct is to come for me, like come towards me. If you like sit there and I'm crying and you're just kind of like, okay, well, no. Immediately, no, because I'm like, you feel nothing when I cry? No. Even though it's a weekly occurrence, still.
That falls into protection. Like somebody whose knee-jerk reaction isn't to protect you is an ick.
Yeah.
It's like a deal breaker.
No, for sure a deal breaker. I do like the protector provider type of like guy. No. I also can't stand a guy that like needs fucking like you can just tell he needs attention from other females like at all times.
Yes.
Like needs the attention or like tries to act like they're so coy, but then you see them in a social setting and you just like see like there's a difference between like working the room.
Yes.
Just to as like, you know, you're I don't know.
And being a show off.
Yeah. And
show offs are
and like and you like think that you're so cool. I cannot deal with a cocky fucking guy. Can't deal with it. I cannot do it. I need like humility. That's one thing I really fucking need. You have to be humble.
Yes.
You can be the hottest fucking guy around.
Yes.
But if you're preaching it from the rooftop, from the mountainside, like you're not hot anymore.
Wait, speaking of hot and all these qualities, and I swear to God, I was going to ask this question before. This wasn't a ruse to get you there. I was just going to ask you before, but did you ever feel any spark with Jesse Solomon? And I just like, I kind of die for him and I die for you. And so I feel like, I don't know, like even when you guys were like hanging out, like obviously as friends, I was just like, I wouldn't say no to this.
Jesse is attractive, but like at this point, like he's just so Jesse Solomon, like
so a two-name individual.
He's like, I think like even if like they were put in a lineup and it was like choose one, I probably still would have chose West.
Yep.
Like.
So that's a hard no on Jesse.
Yeah, like he's so my friend now.
He's so hardcore in the friend zone.
Yeah, like I don't know how. Are you like the type that if someone's in a friend zone, maybe they can come out of it? Like,
girl, I don't know what is going on with me.
Yeah,
like I married people because they asked me to. Like I can't.
Well, bitch, I will too. God, that is not a bad deal. Like, look at The Rock in exchange for carrots.
I mean, seriously, right?
In exchange for carrots.
Do you think it's so fucked up that I kept the ring?
No.
Thank you so much for saying that.
You put in time.
I really did.
Effort. Yeah.
That was 8 years.
No, bitch, you earned that fucking ring.
And he would say things like, I love to annoy you.
Yeah. No,
that's the ick. That's the ickiest of the ick.
Yeah.
He even said that in front of my parents. My parents were like, ick.
And you still
don't have sex with him anymore. I was like, don't worry, I'm not.
A little secret.
The reunion is around the corner.
Around the corner.
West, I don't know if you saw this. He just came out with a quote. He was on a podcast. I think he was on Tamra and Teddy Mellencamp's podcast. And he said, don't get scared. He said,
yeah, I was.
He basically said that like, let me just read it verbatim just because I don't want to. West says that I regret every moment of the reunion. He said he sucks at reunions is basically what he said.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking just about reunions, like the environment of a reunion in general.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what are reunions like? Are they scary as fuck? Because I've heard like all the Vanderpump kids say it, and they're like legit like, I can't sleep.
And they're veterans, yeah.
And they are veterans. So are reunions scary? Is reunion day scary?
I think reunions suck. Imagine like all the shit that you did for 4 months.
Yep.
Gets brought up. You have to talk about it. But also it was 8 months ago.
Yes.
And now you have to sit down and talk about everything you ever said again.
And you guys are really like, you're living your lives, you're over things.
Yeah, like you're trying to move past it. And then obviously being on the show prevents you from moving past it. And like, but you have to like talk it through. And then you're just having to explain yourself. Also, it's an early morning. Like I got up at 5 a.m. You start hair and makeup.
Yep.
And like you I shoot my look, and then we get in the car, go to the studio, make it to the studio by like 8:45, 9, and then you're there for another, 8 hours just like hashing it out, and you get a lunch break for 45 minutes, and it's just very emotionally and mentally taxing.
Yep.
And I always say it's like we're in a psychological war.
Yep.
For the day.
Yep.
It's a mental warfare. It's just not normal.
It's
just not normal.
So even if you're not like directly in the nitty gritty of the fight, like it's still like that, like
it's still nerve-wracking
energy.
Yeah, and even when Andy says your name, you're like, oh fuck, what the fuck did I do? And you're like literally just going back and like trying to like re-fucking play everything. Even if you did nothing fine, he's just like asking you, you know, what are you
wearing?
Your dress? Yeah, fuck. And you're like, oh, okay, like shit. Then you kind of like start to drop your guard a little bit, but then you can't drop your guard. It's very nerve-wracking. But I think also for the person who is like not super confrontational can be.
That's actually what Wes said.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not confrontational. And I think that that's like my Achilles heel when it comes to this or whatever.
Yeah. And like you have to be able to, and that's one thing about the show, like without a doubt, it's going to fucking teach you something about yourself. You thought you were one way, you are going to learn about your fucking self and they will drill it into your fucking head. And I think that's
good pill to swallow?
I think it's a good pill to swallow. I think it creates a level of self-awareness on how you do actually treat people, how you interact with people.
Yep.
Like when you have to answer for something, you most likely would do something a little bit differently.
Right.
And so so that is like one of the greatest things that comes out of the show. Because people who are new, especially, you think you're just going to come in, be a hot shot and like,
right.
And you know, everyone's going to fucking love you, A, B, and C. Okay, well, you keep getting further into this and like you do, like all of your actions start to unravel because one, people are picking us apart.
Yeah.
But two, like you're not as hot as you think you are.
Right.
You're just, and not even physically, like
right.
you're just, your shit does stink.
Right.
Like, and that's just like the nature of the beast. But I think, you know, yeah, you perform differently when you have to answer for something in like 8 months or 9 months. And like, I always say, I'm like, well, one, I have to answer to my mother who watches the show.
Always. Oh God, right? Mine like, would definitely too.
Yep,
I know. You can't help it. You can't help but have your mom in the back of your head.
Literally, all I fucking hear is her nagging me in the back of my gosh damn head. And it's just like, and I used to be like, what is that? I'm like, oh, it's my fucking mom.
It's like mom again.
And it's like, you know, even my first season, it was like after my first season of Winter House. And like, she was like, you didn't have sex with anyone on camera. I was like, no, like I would literally never do that.
Right.
But I was like, but I did sleep in the same bed with someone. And she was like, ugh.
Oh my God.
That is
so
just
my mom.
like, ugh. She's like, you know better than that. And I was like, I'm like, okay, like I get it, but I think I should have to like answer to someone. It helps you fucking ground yourself. And like, you can't just do whatever the fuck you want and think that no one's gonna like check you for it.
Right.
You know, I'm so used to being checked for literally everything in my life.
I think it's good. I think it makes a good reality personality when you have a parent that you're scared of. I'm scared of my mom forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
I'm less than I was, but I'm still like.
Yeah, less, but still.
I just did something where I was like, nobody bring this up in the show. I'm scared of my mom. You know what I mean? Like, it's still there. Like, it'll always be there a little bit. Now my mom's gonna be like, what were you scared of? Nothing.
Yeah. No. She's a drill sergeant. She grew up being a drill sergeant. She still like has that like, I'm like, now I just like make my own money and pay my own bills. You can't quite tell me what to do.
Not me and my mom having a fight after I came out with Tay. She'll never stop apologizing, but we got in a huge fight. Like, I was like, you're going to try to ground me right now. She outed me. And I was like, I got home and I was like, I'm going to make a call. And she was like, you're not allowed to make a call. I was like, you're not the boss of me. I pay my own rent. You and Daddy don't help me anymore. Like, you know, I was like.
No, I always throw that back in their face. I'm like, you don't help me. So like, shut up. like
the takeaway is we're terrified of our parents.
Yeah.
Fully.
But as I can't wait for my kids to grow up and be terrified of me.
Literally. Okay, so just tell us reunion. The season has been spicy.
Yeah.
Of course, with all the Carl and Lindsay stuff, of course.
Right.
But like, you guys have actually been getting along pretty well. So
yeah, the girls. Bravo just posted today something about like all the girls like getting along and stuff. It was very cute.
So is the reunion gonna be like the most dramatic part of the season? Does it get like intense?
Yeah, I think it will probably be the most dramatic part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, I think that there will be some interesting information relayed.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing like, you know, how it kind of all gets chopped up and
Right. That's the other part of it. You get to wait for the editing to come through.
Yeah.
How fun for everyone.
Yeah.
Just hold your breath.
I'll
watch it for you. I'll take Cliff Notes for you.
Literally text me, tell me how it is.
I literally will. I will tell you.
Haley was telling me literally yesterday, she goes, okay, just caught up on the episode. And she's like sitting there telling me, and I'm like, okay, well, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And she's like, no. And I'm like, but are you sure? Because this is how I feel about things. So she's like giving me recaps.
No, just trust me and Haley. We will give it to you straight.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, Taylor, it took so long. But I
know.
love this.
It's just because I was being a weirdo. Sorry. And literally, no reflection. Like if somebody's ever been like, why isn't Taylor asking me to be on their podcast? It's me. It's me.
Well, I'm glad we finally did this.
Me too. I adore you.
I love you.
You have no idea. Like when I planned that Hannah 2 years later lunch, and you were like,
yes.
you're like, yes, I'm available. I was like,
No, the stars were aligning. I was like, never are our schedules, never are we all here, I don't think.
and available within 24 hours notice.
Literally. I think, but that's how we have to do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Too much planning, we're all gonna be like, probably not.
Yep.
Until you plan like your soiree, then obviously we'll make time for that.
We'll make time for the soiree. The soiree that's never going to happen. The soiree that I'm scared to do. I'm going to get myself in trouble with the soiree.
Just blame it on Tay.
Yeah, I will. I always blame everything on her, and everyone's scared of her, so it works out perfectly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yep.
fine.
Well, you guys, that is it for us, Ciara. Where can everybody follow you? Tell them all of the things.
No, you know what? Follow me on fucking TikTok.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
I'm trying to fucking figure out that algorithm so hard, and it's so random. But follow me on TikTok. It's Ciara Miller, Ciara with 3 underscores after. And honestly, my handle's the same for Instagram
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And yeah.
Girl, thank you so much.
Thanks.
You guys, that is it for us. I always say this. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. That's how you basically tip your podcasters. And yeah, that's it for us. Have a great one. Until next week. Bye, girl. Bye.
You have such a radio voice.
Oh, I'm such a radio person. I can't shake it if I try.
Such a radio person.